Mike Radich here, and I'm now joined on the phone by MFC Featherweight Shane Nelson. Shane, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Sure, no problem. Glad to have you here. Shane, you got a fight coming up at MFC 35 on October 26th. How's training been going for the fight?
Training's been going good. I'm training real hard for this fight, and I'm ready to get this show on the road, man. I can't wait.
You're a member of BJ Penn's fight team. How involved has BJ been in with this training camp, and will he be in your corner for the fight?
He won't be in my corner, given the fact that he has his fight coming up,
Right.
and then,
Sure.
It's a big fight, but, he's in his camp right now. I'm in my camp, so it's always great to be in camp when BJ has his camp going on. He brings in a bunch of guys and stuff, so it's always a plus. So right now, training's going good. Training with BJ and his guys that he bring in, and also, my regular, the guys here in Hawaii, that's been helping me out all these years. So everything's going good. I'm ready for this fight. I wish it was this weekend. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to, test out the featherweight division.
Just curious, who are some of the guys that BJ's brought in, and who are some of the guys that you've been working with?
So far, we have Alan Goes right here, right now, working jiu-jitsu. Last month we had Pat Healy and Josh Thompson here, and BJ's supposed to be bringing in some wrestlers actually this week to work on wrestling. I'm not sure who, but that's pretty much the main guys. Pat Healy and Josh Thompson been out here for a month and a half prior to their Strikeforce fights that got canceled, and then we have the sensei Alan Goes teaching us jiu-jitsu right now, so that's awesome. And then just like I said, just a normal team at home right now. All the boys here at BJ Penn's MMA.
You're going to be fighting Graham Spencer. Talk a little bit about the matchup and where you see the fight going.
Yeah, actually, I don't know much about Graham at all. I tried to look up footage on him. I can't find much, but from what I'm hearing, he's he has a lot of hype coming out of Canada. He's supposed to be one of the top guys. That being said, the little footage that I did see of him, it looks like he's gonna want to take this fight to the mat rather quickly. And my goal is to not let that happen and make him pay when he tries to come in and take me down. And he's a tough guy, young guy, hungry for this fight, and I'm just gonna come in into this fight in shape, and whatever he does, I'm gonna do it better and be one step ahead. Even if he does get me down, he's gonna have trouble holding me down, and that's what I've been working on a lot in this camp is take down defense. If I do get taken down, getting back up and letting the hands go and making him pay for his shots.
Is it difficult to go into a training camp and then eventually go into the fight when you don't know a lot about your opponent, or does it kind of make things easier because you kind of focus more on what you're doing?
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of in a happy medium there. I would like to know a little more about him, but at the same time, I'm not stressing like, what is he gonna do? Whatever.
Right.
I'm worrying about what I'm gonna do, and so there's a happy medium, but you always want to see some kind of footage. The clips that I saw was like 30 seconds long. I'm sure he's seen footage on me and knows exactly my fighting style. So that could be an advantage there, but I'm coming to fight. I'm not coming to, try and take anybody down and hold them down for 3 rounds. I'm coming in there to put on a show for the fans. And, if Graham, plans on making this a grinding fight, he has another thing coming.
You recently signed a deal with the MFC. Have you had any interaction with the promotion, or do you leave that up to your management and they've been handling all the stuff?
Yeah, I pretty much, when I first signed, Mark Pavitt gave me a call and just introduced himself and whatnot. But besides that, I don't do any of the communicating with the promotion. That's my manager, Mickey W. handles all that, and I just worry about training.
Were you surprised that the MFC was willing to sign you? Not that you're not a talented fighter, you definitely deserve to be a part of the organization, but just that they usually don't sign guys that are coming off a loss in another show. Were you surprised that they were going to bring you in?
Yeah, well, a little, because I just came off a loss. It's actually my first submission loss of my career. I just came off, fighting Japan, but, it's a fight that not many fans know about, or it kind of flew under the radar, out in Japan in a small show. So, prior to that one loss, I won my past 3 fights, so I think the good outweighs the bad in this situation, and that's what led to them wanting to sign me, If anybody asks anybody off the top of their head, nobody even knows about that fight in Japan unless you look at my record, and do the research. But
right.
That was at 155, and it's like starting fresh at 145. It's a clean slate. I've been fighting most of my career at 155. Actually all of my career at 155. And it's just now's the time. The guys are getting huger every time, every fight. So I've been thinking about making a move for a while to 145. MFC came up with the offer, and I thought, this would be the perfect place to give 145 a shot, and then give one last push. Let's try and see where I can take this.
So this is your 145 debut. I'm not sure because I didn't know what weight the shootout fight was at. Yeah,
it was at 155. I fought the shootout fight. So that was probably the biggest 55 I ever fought, man. The guy in Japan, he was humongous. But those past couple of fights were, outside and out muscled, not really because of lack of skill or whatever. And that's what made me, consider 145 and really give it some thought. And MFC came along, so it was like, man, this is a perfect place. MFC catapulted a lot of guys to the UFC, and they're a great organization that put on consistent fights that's on TV. So, to me, they're one of the top 4 shows in the world, so.
Right. Have you made a test weight cut down to 145, or when time comes to...
I didn't make a test weight cut. This is my first cut to 45. I don't think I was 145 since I was like a senior in high school. But I don't think it'll be a problem. My weight's fine right now. I'm 158 pounds, 2.5 weeks out, so I think I'll be all right.
Your past couple of fights, you've been traveling around. You were in Japan, you were in Australia. Do you like the travel? Do you like going to these different countries to fight?
I like traveling within the United States if possible, to fight, but
right.
That's just part of the business. Flying international, man, it takes a toll on your body, and especially fighting a hometown guy with me flying international and him sleeping in his own bed, there's definitely the upper hand in that situation. But also, fighting at home is a lot of pressure as well. You got all your friends and family there and stuff. So, it's good, and I don't mind. But preferably, if I could fight in Vegas or California, that would be ideal.
Sure. Do you like playing that villain role? Because all those fights, the Australia fight, you're fighting an Australian. The Japan fight, you're fighting a Japanese guy. This time around, you're going to be in Canada fighting a Canadian. Do you like playing that villain role?
Well, I don't necessarily like it, but, it is what it is. It's part of the business, I've been in the other situation where I'm the Hawaii guy, and, we're flying in guys from the mainland to fight me and whatnot, and it's just part of the business. You got to take it for what it is, and, if you put on a good fight and an exciting fight, the fans will like you after the fight, no matter what happens. So, in the beginning, they'll bully you and whatnot, but put on a good show and they change their minds.
It's been a while since you've been on the big stage. I think it was 3 years ago is the last time you fought on a big stage. It was back at UFC 107 back, I believe, in 2009, December of 2009, I believe. Do you feel that you've been forgotten in any way? Do you feel that this fight is going to be, a reintroduction to who Shane Nelson is?
Not necessarily. I've been fighting in these other shows and keeping my name out there. I had a couple of big fights that I almost had that, was highly, a lot in the media, I guess, I'm going to take that fight with Roki and all that stuff.
Right, sure. And,
my last 3 fights were before Japan, were in okay organizations, I guess, Shark Fight and was the Superior Cage Combat. So that was all right. One of them was on TV, but, of course I wasn't in the big show, so fighting on TV is always great, and MFC has a lot of media coverage and stuff, so it is a plus to be fighting with an organization like this. A lot more eyes on you, and it's just showtime.
Right. This is already a big fight. MFC's kicking off their featherweight division. It's going to be live on Access TV. TSN in Canada later. It's going to be on Replay there, which is the largest network in Canada. It's already a big fight, but is it a bigger fight for you because last time out it was your first submission loss? Does it make this fight a little bit more important, trying to redeem yourself from that loss?
I'm not even thinking about that loss at all. Right now, my focus is, I got a hungry young fighter, training his ass off to fight me. So I'm making sure I'm training harder than he is, and I'm just ready to fight, man. It's been a while since that fight. I think it's like 8 months since my last fight. I'm hungry to get in there and scrap. So I'm just happy to be fighting, man. To me, it's a stress reliever to be in there fighting. It's what I like to do, and I'm gonna leave it all in the ring and try my best and try to put on a good show.
Shane, October 26th, how does the fight end?
The fight ends definitely with me at my hand weight, but I'm looking to put him away maybe in the third round or something, TKO. I'm trying to not let this fight go the distance, especially in his hometown. I know he's a tough kid. I think I'll put him away.
Shane, real quick before I let you go, do you have any sponsors you would like to thank, and is there anything you'd like to say to the fans?
Yes, of course. I'd like to thank my manager, Mickey W, KO Dynasty, my team here at BJ Penn MMA, at BJPenn.com, Ryu, what else am I forgetting? Inspire Clothing, and MMA Absolute. If I forgot anybody, I'm sorry. To the fans, especially the Canadian fans, I'll come out there and be humble and give you guys a good show and try and put on an entertaining fight, and hope you guys like it.
Shane, thank you for taking the time to talk. I really appreciate it. Good luck October 26th at MFC 35 against Graham Spencer.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it.